What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have a pretty big PSA submission going out. I don't have my normal setup, so no face cam unfortunately, but really want to get this video out to showcase what I'm sending in. Probably my biggest submission to date for sports cards. I think every submission now I am like topping my last one, which is pretty good, and that's what my goal is. So about 20-ish cards here, 19, 20, something like that. We'll go ahead and run through these and see what we got. So first up, I have 3 of these Paige Bueckers silver prisms. They all look pretty good, but you know, there's just some very minor things wrong with each of them, whether that's centering, like a small surface scratch in the back, something like that. So pre-graded all of these at like a 9.5, but they're going for about $75 to $100 raw, and in PSA 10 it's like over $1,000. So definitely worth to send these in. I think each of them have a shot to gem, which is why I'm sending them. I've got a few that I thought were not gradable, so did not send those in, but these I think are pretty good, so excited to see if we get at least one gem on these 3. Next up we have a Cooper Flagg blue refractor. This one I bought on eBay just like the rest of these cards, but this one was sealed, so it looks really good, looks really clean surface wise. It is a little bit off center top to bottom. These new Topps Chrome cards are a little bit weird on the centering. I can't really get a good read for what they deem is the, you know, border of the card, but I think on this one, like the bottom right here, it's not that line, it's this line, so definitely OC, but I'm gonna send it anyway just because I've seen a lot of OC cards in this set get PSA 10s, so we're gonna risk it. It's about, you know, I'll probably lose 150 bucks if I don't gem it, and if I do, I'll probably make well over $1,000. So definitely worth the shot. I gotta send this one in a higher tier, obviously. So like, you know, I'll probably be spending $80 to $100 to grade this card. I might send a few other cards in that same order as well, in like an express tier, but this is the one I know for sure I'm sending in. Next we have an Otani pink speckle from Topps Heritage. It has a little scratch by the name, but other than that it looks really clean, so I think it has a decent shot to gem. I sent 2 blue ones in my last order, so they look really clean. The back is like a paper back, and there's nothing really wrong with the surface on these, so I only have to worry about the front on these and the centering, and I think it looks well centered, and other than that little scratch, looks pretty good. So, you know, probably 9.5 pre-grade, and hopefully we can gem that. Next we have a Victor Wembanyama pink ice prism. This one looks really clean, besides there's like a little surface scuff by his elbow. Gonna be very hard to see on camera, but especially in this card saver. But anyway, you know, well centered and everything. The corners look good, so probably gonna get a 9, I would say, but I think again it has an outside chance at a 10, and there's a big enough margin for me to justify sending this one in. So looking forward to seeing what we get on this one. I got it for a good price too, like $250, so I already got an offer raw for $325, so I think regardless I'll break even on the card, and then obviously if I get a PSA 10 I'll probably make $400 or $500. Next up we have a Caleb Williams pink wave out of Prism from 2024 rookie. Little OC top to bottom. The rest of the card though looks flawless. These back corners are always tough, but these don't have any whitening on them, so honestly expecting a 10 on this one. Only thing I can see dinging it for is the centering top to bottom, but I think it's still within the 45-55 range, so looking forward to see if that gems. Paige Bueckers here, we have a ice variation. I gemmed one of these, I think, or maybe it was the regular card. I gemmed a blue velocity variation, so you know, again, looks clean. Maybe some surface issues, like little minor scratches, but nothing too crazy. The corners look really good too, so I think this one has a strong chance to gem. Next up, another Cooper Flagg Serenity. This one is a refractor. They're pretty hard to distinguish on like eBay and stuff, the refractors, non-refractors, so make sure you're looking at the back of the card. It says refractor right there. So these have a super high gem rate and do pretty well. I'm assuming the margin is going to come down on these cards because so many are being graded, but obviously Cooper Flagg, can't go wrong grading his cards in a PSA 10. Next up we have a Bomb Squad Jackson Dart. Have a few of these actually in the order, so I'll go over those real quick after this one. But you know, just like a $10-15 card, doing over 100, pushing 150, I think, in a PSA 10. So, I think is a good play to send in 3 or 4 of these just to see what we get. Some of them have some little minor surface issues, but overall I think they look pretty good. So would expect 2 or 3 of them to gem out of the batch. Next up we have a mystical Shohei Ohtani. Really cool card here. I like the foil on it and it looks pretty clean. So gonna send this one in. Again, another $10 card that's probably doing 150 in a PSA 10, similar to the bomb squads, but can't go wrong with grading Shohei Ohtani. Here are the other 2 bomb squad cards that we're grading. Again, same story with the other one, so not gonna go too in depth on that, but look pretty good. So we'll see what we get. Next up we have a Jackson Dart refractor from Topps Chrome. Have 2 more on the way actually, but they just did not get here in time for this order, so I'll send them in my next order if they are gradable. This one looks really good surface wise, centering, everything. It's kind of weird how like the Cooper Flagg, I feel like, had a thicker like border overall. It's pretty thin down here, but it still lines up with the top, whereas the Flagg border is just much bigger. So I don't know if it's like, the basketball ones have a thicker border altogether or what the deal is with that, but kind of interesting there. Anyway, this one looks pretty good. Only thing that there's a like print line on the back that is kind of thick. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see, like right there if you can see. And there's another one up top too. So I've had pretty good luck gemming cards with these back print lines, but the one that is kind of thick on the back is a little bit worrisome, but I'm still gonna send it in. It's probably a $400 or $500 card in a PSA 10 once I get it back, assuming he's not like playing trash if I get it back during the season. Even if he's playing mediocre, I think I should still get $400 or $500 for it. I paid like $100 for it the week that Topps Chrome came out. Now they're down to like $60, $70. So, we'll see what we get, but expecting a 9 just because that print line, but I think it's still a good shot to gem. Next up we have a Shohei Ohtani Future Stars. It has 2 print lines on it on the front, kind of by his face. They're very, very faint though, so really hard to see. Same story with the Jackson Dart, just going to take a shot on them. I think that this one has a better chance to gem than the Dart because it's much fainter. They are on the front though. The rest of the card looks really clean. So I think this one is worth sending in just because a lot of the Shohei stuff does really well, even PSA 9s, really liquid. So I'm not too worried about it. Cheaper card too, like $60. So even if I get a 9 on it, I'm not going to be losing too much money, but I think it does have a good shot. Next we have 2 of these Victor Wembanyama Select Blue Prisms. These are like the retail like base, I think. Really cheap card, look good though. Anything Wemby is good to send in, so I'm excited to see what these get, and should be some good margins if they do get a 10. Then lastly we have a Sol Ruka Silver Prism. Gemmed one of these a little bit ago. Bought it for like $10, sold the other one for like $150. So if this one follows suit, we should be seeing a good margin on that as well. So that's pretty much it. That's my order. I will be sending these, like I said, with the Pokemon cards. So stay tuned for that video as well, if that one's not already posted. Excited about this Cooper Flagg and the Paige Bueckers. Those are the biggest cards in this order. There's some other good stuff in here that will add up, like these bomb squads and stuff. The Wembys, if they gem, $150, $200 will add up over time. So just trying to stay consistent, send a lot of cards in, and it's a numbers game at the end of the day. So a lot of these cards, like the Wembys and the Jackson Darts, like the multiplier is huge because it's a $10 card, but will go for $150 in a PSA 10. Rather than buying a $200 card and selling it for $350 in a 10, so that's what I'm kind of trying to stick to, is cheaper cards that have a really big multiplier, that have a high gem rate. As always, check out my Patreon for my inventory tracker and my card grading ebook, and stay tuned for the next video. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys next video. Peace.